Hello everyone. Today I have a fascinating story for you about a boy named Leo, who was known for being lazy but turned out to be very smart. By the end of this story, we'll learn how someone who struggles with laziness can use their creativity and determination to achieve great things. But wait, there's more. While enjoying this story, we'll also learn some new English words and how to use them in sentences. This will make learning English fun and easy. So stay with us till the end. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green fields, there lived a boy named Leo. He lived with his parents in a small house. Leo was known for being very lazy. His only job was to help his father in the fields by chasing away the birds that tried to eat their crops. Most people in the village used sticks or slingshots to scare the birds. But Leo, being too lazy to run around, thought of a clever solution. He tied ropes between wooden poles all over the field. By pulling the ropes, he could scare the birds without leaving a spot. This way, he could lie down and relax while still getting the job done. His father was impressed by his cleverness, but worried about his laziness. What will happen if I fall sick? Can Leo take care of everything? He thought. One year during a hot summer, Leo's father became very ill. Leo had to manage the fields on his own. But because he wasn't used to hard work, the crops began to suffer. One night, Leo sat under the stars, feeling frustrated. He thought, why didn't I try harder before? Now my family's in trouble. The next morning, Leo heard an announcement in the village. A royal messenger said there would be a big competition at the king's palace, and the winner would receive a chest of gold. Leo thought, this could save my family. Without hesitation, he decided to enter the competition. The villagers laughed at him, saying, how can someone as lazy as Leo win against strong people from across the kingdom? Leo didn't care what they thought. He had 3 days to reach the palace, so he packed his things and started his journey. His parents, though doubtful, hoped this experience would help him change his ways. When the competition began, Leo found himself surrounded by strong and determined participants. The first challenge was to cross a wide river. The rules were simple. The first 3 to cross the river would move on to the next round. As soon as the race started, everyone jumped into the river and began swimming. But Leo stayed behind, thinking, I'm not a strong swimmer. I need another plan. He ran into the nearby forest and found some large pieces of bamboo. Using vines, he tied them together to make a raft. He used a long stick as a paddle. While the others struggled to swim across the river, Leo calmly paddled his raft. He passed many of them and finished third, securing his place in the next round. The final challenge was announced the next day. Each contestant was given a heavy wooden block. The task was to move it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Contestants could choose one tool from a pile to help them. The first contestant grabbed a rope and started pulling the block. The second contestant chose a lever to push the block. But Leo didn't rush. He studied the tools carefully and then picked a small saw. The crowd was puzzled. What can he do with a saw, they wondered. Instead of pushing or pulling the block, Leo started cutting it into a round shape, turning it into a large wooden wheel. With the wheel finished, Leo rolled it down the road with ease. Meanwhile, the other contestants struggled to move their blocks. Leo crossed the finish line first, to the amazement of everyone. The crowd cheered loudly. No one had expected the lazy boy to win. The king praised Leo for his intelligence and rewarded him with a chest of gold. This story teaches us an important lesson. Even if you're lazy, you can use your creativity and determination to overcome challenges. But to achieve great things, you need a strong reason to work hard, just like Leo did for his family. So if you ever feel lazy, think about your dreams, your loved ones, or even proving others wrong. A big goal can inspire you to give your best. Today, we also learned some new words and how to use them in sentences. Remember, learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. Thank you for watching.
Did you know that in the quiet English countryside, there's a village that doesn't appear on any modern map? Locals whisper about it, calling it Hallowmere. Travelers who stumble upon its cobblestone streets say the air grows unnaturally cold and the church bells ring at midnight, though no one is seen pulling the ropes. According to old records, the entire population vanished one stormy night in the 1800s, leaving meals half-eaten and fires still burning in their hearths. Those who claim to have entered Hallowmere describe seeing figures in the windows, pale faces watching silently, their eyes glinting even in complete darkness. Some hear children laughing in the empty alleys, while others report footsteps following them until they flee. The terrifying part? Once you've seen Hallowmere, it never truly leaves you. Witnesses say they hear the same bells tolling in their dreams, pulling them back toward the village. And if you ever return, you may never find your way out again. Which country are you from? Comment your country name and I will make next video about your country.
Did you know that one of the most terrifying true stories in the Philippines involves the haunting of Balete Drive in Quezon City? For decades, locals have reported seeing a ghostly woman in a white dress, often referred to as the White Lady. She is said to appear late at night, usually to taxi drivers or lone travelers passing through the dimly lit street. Many drivers claim she suddenly shows up in their back seat through the rearview mirror, her face pale and bruised, as if she had been in a violent accident. Legend says she was a young woman who died tragically on that very road, and now her restless spirit roams, seeking help or revenge. What makes it scarier is that countless people, not just one or two, swear they've seen her, and some drivers have even crashed their cars out of fear. Even today, Balete Drive is avoided by many after dark. So if you ever visit the Philippines, would you dare drive through that haunted road alone at midnight? Which country are you from? Comment your country name, and I will make next video about your country.
Did you know that one of the creepiest true ghost stories from Japan is about the Okiku doll? This doll has been kept in the Monenji Temple in Hokkaido for decades, and what makes it terrifying is that its hair keeps growing, like that of a living person. The story goes that in the early 1900s, a young girl named Okiku received the doll as a gift. Sadly, she died at just 3 years old, and her family placed the doll on her altar in remembrance. But soon after, they noticed the doll's black hair getting longer, even though no one touched it. They believed Okiku's spirit had entered the doll. Eventually, the family brought it to the temple, where priests have confirmed the hair mysteriously continues to grow to this day. Scientists who examined strands of the hair even found it to be human. Many visitors swear they feel the doll's eyes following them, and locals avoid staring at it for too long. So if you ever visit Japan, would you dare to stand face to face with the haunted Okiku doll? Follow my account and comment your country name, and I will make the next video about your country.
What if I told you Cristiano Ronaldo once had a terrifying encounter he refuses to talk about? Late one night in Madrid, after everyone had left, Ronaldo stayed behind to practice free kicks under the stadium lights. The silence was heavy, broken only by the thud of the ball. But then he noticed something disturbing. His shadow wasn't moving in sync. Each time he kicked, it lagged a second behind. At first, he thought he was tired, until the shadow began moving on its own, stretching unnaturally tall, its shape twisting into something that wasn't human. Heart racing, he ran toward the locker room, but when he looked into the mirror, his reflection didn't follow. It stood still and grinned back at him with sharp, unnatural teeth. He told no one, but staff whisper that since that night, Ronaldo never trains alone after dark. And if you rewatch certain late-night interviews, you'll see it. He avoids mirrors completely, as if he knows the shadow is still out there, waiting.
On which topic you want a next video? Comment it, and I will make next video about it.
They say Billie Eilish's music carries a dark energy, but few know the story behind it. During her 2019 world tour, Billie stayed in a historic hotel rumored to be haunted. Late one night, she recorded vocal takes in her room, but when she played them back, there was a second voice layered beneath hers, whispering words she hadn't sung. Thinking it was a glitch, she deleted the track and tried again, but the whispers grew louder, forming full sentences. "Don't stop, we're listening." Terrified, she unplugged her equipment and went to sleep. At 3 a.m., she woke to find her laptop open, recording by itself, and the screen flashing the same phrase again and again. The next morning, her team swore they heard faint voices echoing through the hallway, even though no one else was on that floor. Since then, Billie refuses to stay in that hotel, and some fans claim if you listen closely to her live performances, you can still hear that second voice, singing along with her from somewhere in the dark.
On which next celebrity you want next video? Comment the name of that celebrity or topic. Please also follow my account.
Did you know in Oregon, there's a suburban neighborhood where one house is never sold because of what was found underneath it? They call it the House of Breaths. A young couple moved in a few years ago. Everything seemed fine until the wife began hearing breathing, soft, rhythmic, but only at night, always beneath the floorboards. They thought it was plumbing or rats. Then one night the husband was out and the breathing grew louder. She got on her hands and knees, put her ear to the vent, and heard a voice whisper, "Still here." Panicked, she called the police. When they opened the crawl space, they found something impossible. A small, filthy mattress, half-eaten food, and scratches carved into the wood. "I watched you sleep." The man had been living under the house for months. He vanished that night, and the next family that moved in, they never even unpacked, left in the middle of the night, said they heard whispering through the walls. No one's lived there since, but if you're quiet enough and put your ear to the vent, you might still hear him breathing. Please follow my account for more amazing stories and share this video.
Mm-hmm.